And as you read on your guys' handouts, 75 to 95% of health issues are related to stress. Your body enters into what's called a sympathetic state. Are you guys familiar with hearing that at all? You ever heard of that term? A sympathetic state, which is fight or flight. As Americans, we're in that like the majority of the time. And as people, we're really only supposed to be in that maybe, for a small period of time, a matter of days, maybe normally under normal conditions, but we're in it all the time, it seems, because we're just inundated with all kinds of stimulation, television and things like that. Pause this for a second. Is that bothering anybody? Just having that on? Okay. I can't seem to figure out the button. So.
Let me get your pillow.
Don't stress.
Yes, don't stress. See, it's part of the class.
Okay, you're out. You're out. You don't need this class.
Yeah, she's relaxing. No, that's good.
I'm sorry.
So I would take it, you guys are here because you're stressed in some state, right? And maybe you just want tools to figure out how to. That's right. Great. Hey, that'll work. If you're not familiar with hypnotherapy, it's really a form of extreme concentration that is very relaxing. Now, those two things seem to conflict with each other, concentration and relaxation, but really that's how it works. And it kind of bypasses your conscious mind. Everybody is in a state of hypnosis twice a day. Anybody guess what those two times?
Sleep.
Yeah, before you go to sleep and right when you wake up.
up.
And so a lot of us, though, generally enter that even more. Like when you're driving for long periods of time on the highway. Have you ever passed and ended up at an off-ramp and wondered, where'd the other off-ramp go? You were in an extreme state of concentration and on the road or whatever had your attention. That kind of thing kind of freaks me out sometimes. Really, your subconscious mind is like what everything's going on in the background, right? That you do, you breathe, right? Your heart beats, all these different things that your body does, and you get anomalies in there caused by stimulation. Stuff like caffeine, stuff that frustrates you and causes you anxiety, right? Fear will get in there, and then it does things to your body. The definition of stress actually comes from the Greek. I think it's a Greek word, stringia. Okay, maybe it's French the way I said it right there, but it means to compact, to close in. Your arteries will constrict, your heart, you feel like something's closing in on you when you're stressed. So in order to come against that, we need to loosen up, right? And that's the point of self-hypnosis, is be able to do a technique, what I'm going to show you today is called anchoring, okay? We're going to anchor on a number. I'm going to anchor on the number 5. So you guys know, we're going to do I'm going to give you a guided session here. Take just a few minutes when we get to that point. And we're going to use the number 5 so that when you feel stressed and you're in a situation that you're frustrated in or you're feeling overwhelmed, you can just either count to 5 or you'll be able to picture the number 5, however you want to do it. It's really, there's no wrong way. But it's just a tool to say, okay, your body will take that signal and it'll just respond. Right now, we're doing a little experiment. I'm going to describe something to you, and you tell me if anything happens to your body. Okay, what kind of reaction? Just close your eyes and visualize a beautiful lemon. And you're in your kitchen, and you cut open that lemon, and you quarter that lemon out. And then you take a piece of that lemon, and you just stick it in your mouth. Just to take a taste. Now, raise your hand if you had any kind of effect, saliva or anything like that. If you didn't, that's okay. This is not pass fail. But if It's amazing how just a suggestion can affect you. You know, and that's my point. That's how self-hypnosis. When you find something that you want to change, it causes stress. So, in order to overcome that stress, we need to intentionally relax. Prayer is really good. I'm a firm believer in prayer. I was a licensed minister for over 15 years. And that's why I got into hypnotherapy, believe it or not. At first glance, I was kind of strange. I was like, boy, I don't know, that's kind of cultish or something, but it's really not. And it comes out of, the word hypnosis comes out of God's sleep. I guess is the closest, way of describing that. But when you're in a state of hypnosis, you're not asleep. In fact, you're hyper aware. Okay. Some people, I fall asleep. Almost it seems like when I go through an induction, that's what's called when you're being hypnotized. When you do self-hypnosis, you're self-inducing yourself. Because I get so relaxed. But it doesn't mean I lose out on any of the benefits that's going on in the recording that I'm listening to, or the person who's talking to me, because sleep is still a state of learning. So you can receive suggestions even if you're asleep. You never miss out. So it's a great time to play a CD before you go to bed. If you want to take a nap during the day, does that make sense? Even if you're not taking a nap and you just want to take 10 minutes, this is not something that has to take hours. Okay? You can literally change what's going on in your heart in the sense of, feeling anxiety or whatever's happening that's stressing you. And you can immediately come against it. And we're going to use this number 5, for example, and say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the time you reach that number, that's just one way of doing it. You will be relaxed because you intend to be relaxed, right? Does that make sense? Everybody tracking with me? Okay. All right. Hypnotherapy is a form of guided imagery. I myself am not very visual, when I'm thinking, but I can pretend I'm seeing things. So there, like I said, this is not pass or fail. If you don't see, like when I'm guiding, when we go through this exercise in a few minutes, it's not wrong. Okay, it's just a matter of you're still going to receive everything. Some people think in words. Some people think in pictures. Some people can even. My wife is very colorful in her visualization. I'm a little bit more challenged in that side of things for some reason. So. All right. I want to make sure I want to touch everything on the introduction here. So, hypnosis actually came from the use of magnets. If you guys do the research, have you guys ever heard of mesmerize? Obviously, the term mesmerize comes from the guy who came up with this. He was actually in France or something. He used to use big iron pots with iron shavings, and glass rods, and it caused people to change their state of consciousness, and they would get healed. He wasn't really doing anything. He wasn't talking to them or nothing. They would come, thousands of people would come because they started hearing about they're getting healed of arthritis, heart problems, of all kinds of different stuff. And then it evolved from there to where practitioners started figuring out that you could actually do this by speaking with people. And then, of course, there's all the watches, and the eye entrainment and getting people to focus that way. And now we've come to a place in hypnotherapy that you don't have to use any of those things. You just simply have to shut your eyes. That's it. And just relax. And then focus on your breathing. And, having a CD or something that guides you through, a certain amount of time will take you into the induction and then will bring you out so that, you get what you need and then you can go on.